Jesus is the answer, Joey.
Yeah, it is. Just wanted to see one more time before we go. I want to see one more time before we go.
It's just not right.
It's unfair.
Yeah.
You can do a twist, you can do a turn.
Oh, that was very fun. I feel very complete after skating
Funniest
so
part,
much.
we could have just kept it going.
Yep. I wonder how long we could keep up that pace.
Probably quite a while. It's not the most impact, the skating. It's just like trying to keep your feet comfortable. There's like little things that are sore right now, but I think we could keep that going. We
I'm
go
actually
to the Kootenays.
Yeah, I'm not sore. It's just my feet. Like my feet muscles are a little bit sore.
We could have gone to Enderby, then Revelstoke, taken a ferry into the Kootenays, hit that one by the water.
If you kept up a 3-park per day minimum.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
Yeah. Because you just have longer sessions in the morning and evening, and then a couple of quickies like during the day.
Yeah, the quickies weren't even quickies for us.
Yeah.
But
and what
can't really help it.
You could even do it in like September or October.
Yeah,
but
you would have less
just have
light.
less light. That's the thing. Yeah.
But we would have been getting up. It may have worked to our advantage. Like if you get
More
up at
sleep.
7 in September, the sun would just be coming up, and it would look a little bit better. We still had like the long shadows and stuff. There's some amazing shots from Armstrong yesterday. That was a very special session.
The shapes of that park were really nice.
And it was funny at the start, I was like grabbing cutaways of graffiti, and then I realized that they would just be in the trick shots because we were filming fisheye.
Yeah.
Like every shot had unique graffiti in it.
Yeah, this trip really taught me a lot about long shot, how good it can be. It taught me to trust the long shot.
Yeah, it's more challenging sometimes, but yeah, fisheye is a crutch pretty much.
Well, you have to adjust your skating a little bit for the medium. There's certain things that you kind of need the fisheye to really show. Like stuff where you're like a lot of carves around objects and things like that's...
For fisheye?
Yeah, like certain ones you kind of need that follow cam.
Yeah, well, yeah, or you film it in pieces with long shot.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot where we would have needed the fisheye.
No.
And entrance and exit is very important. You think more about the whole trick because you can't cut as quickly as fisheye. You can like land your trick. You could be taking off and landing with fisheye and cut it really quick, whereas long shot, it needs to feel like it has a beginning and a middle and an end.
Right.
You can't cut in the middle of long shot. You can if depending on what's before it and after it. But
right.
It is. Yeah, this is going to be really interesting.
Yeah.
And I know I didn't film. When I film like a solo session or the one with you and I film it before cutting it together, but this was just kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how I have to shift things.
Give you more options.
Yeah.
It will require more thought.
13 parks. When Tuesday night we drove out, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It was almost 13 parks in
3 days. 12 parks in 3 days. Not bad.
No. I don't think I want to ever try and beat that. But keep that consistent. I don't know if we could do that
where there's so many skate parks within such a close proximity.
Cities like Vancouver, but not in terms of like
Right.
a summer vacation. Yeah,
What about Australia? Would there be
maybe
a lot of skate parks?
Maybe, like maybe.
You get that sense from watching the videos, but
You would need a tour guide.
yeah. It's very efficient that we're familiar with the areas.
Yeah, someone might drive through these places that isn't from here and would just never expect there to be skate parks in some of these places.
It doesn't look like there should be skate parks.
No. It's too bad about Henry. I don't think anything great would have happened, but just to capture that place.
It's a good park.
It is
It's a good shitty park.
good, shitty park.
Yeah, the whole trip is a failure because we didn't hit that park.
And I still have yet to skate Summerland. And I'm very happy we skipped New Penticton.
Yeah.
Just wouldn't have been in line with what we were trying to do here.
I think if we could have done a sunrise
morning session there. Yeah.
then it would have worked, but
If we would have had the extra day, we would have stayed overnight in Penticton.
yeah.
So we would have done Karamias, Oliver, and a Soyuz, and then stay overnight in Penticton.
Stu and Colin have such strange skills. They're like the first of their kind.
Yeah.
Like young kids who skate like that. Are there others?
How old is Colin?
Colin's 20, I think, and Stu is 19.
With 13 years older than Colin.
Yeah. We were skating when they came out of vaginas.
That's so crazy to think about.
Yeah.
We're old for them.
Yeah. We could be... No. Could we be their dad? If I had Stu
When you were 14.
when I was 13,
It's possible. It doesn't happen very often.
back in the day, you would that's when you would start. Like back in ancient times, married at 13, start having kids.
Fuck.
Because you only live to be like 25.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to be doing many more of these ambitious skate trips.
These are good.
I would only repeat this one as a street skating trip. Hitting all of those little places.
Unless you were in a technology that was even more superior than what you
Oh
are
yeah,
now.
then we would reverse it back again. We would just
It's crazy to think that
do it again.
it's possible that in 5 years we will look back on our equipment now as very, very primitive. That's a really exciting thought.
That's almost an absolute. I would think.
You think that's just destined to happen?
Yeah, of course.
Oh God.
Yeah, they're going to be more comfortable. They're going to be lighter. You're going to be able to slide on them. The wheels we're going to be skating are going to be amazing, probably, because they're going to be actually designed to do what we're doing.
You think?
I think so.
I don't know.
It's really
it's hard to see it. I agree with you, but it's hard to even say that because I just can't imagine what the technology would look like. But that doesn't mean it couldn't happen.
because we are on the first version
Yeah.
of a frame. We're
It's
on
true.
wheels that aren't designed to do what we're doing. We're on a boot that has to be gutted, that isn't designed for what we're doing. The only thing is maybe the liner, which is already on a second version, like an improved version.
I guess the equipment is still very, very primitive.
Yeah, but it's the best it's been. Like that,
Yeah.
It was way better than the 80 millimeter.
Way better.
Those were fun,
Way better.
but
Way better.
it's just it was so fun when you go back to the carbon. Just at Kamloops, being able to not take a single stride. You can still do it in the K2s, but in the carbon, it's even more responsive.
More higher energy transfer.
Yeah, you give up comfort though for some sore toes. The rest of the skate was pretty comfortable. It was just.
Do you think you're in the wrong size?
No, it's the exact same size I was in before.
Would you be better in a bit larger of a size?
No, because they feel like how my hockey skates fit. It's just if I lace them up too tight on the toes, which I do sometimes, that's when they start to get bad. Or if I'm like filming and leaning a certain way.
Is it just like your circulation gets cut off to your toes?
But then when I watch that video on how to do up ski boots, they don't recommend you do the toe up tight at all. You just need lateral support, and that skate already has lateral support just by putting your foot inside of it, like you.
Jesus. Yeah, because you don't need the toe area to be really snug.
No,
it's not like you want it to be snug enough, but
you just want support so your foot's not going to twist side to side. That's it, and your foot's not going to do that in that skate.
As long as your heel is locked, that's more
heel
important.
Is locked, and then you don't want your circulation to be cut off at the top of your leg either. So that's why I wish there could be like the trick strap on the middle, so you could really crank your heel in.
Yeah.
And I kind of go back and forth. I usually do my laces up as tight as possible at the top. But sometimes that causes circulation cut off if it's too tight.
Yeah, you don't want that.
No.
Gotta have that blood flow going on.
Yeah.
I do think Leon's onto something with no strap and just like a good lacing system, because where the strap is situated, it's gonna fuck with your forward flex.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
I really don't like the buckle and cuff on that skate.
On the Seba?
Yeah.
What about it? Don't you like?
I can't get it tight enough. Like, if you can't, it only goes so tight and I can't push it in anymore. Like, I can't push the buckle in. It just kind of like stops at a certain point.
Huh. That's whack.
It's very whack.
It's whack.
The memory buckle would be really nice. Or a ski buckle. The cable system. With just notches. Hook the cable on it.
That skate would be really sick with the BOA.
Oh yeah.
Technology.
Yeah. We can still try and push to get that made. But I don't know.
I feel like you wouldn't need a cuff or any straps if you had BOA.
If you had BOA?
And it was like...
It would have to be a really
And the lacing system was well designed.
It could be, just BOA and laces, hey?
Yeah. Because you'd still have the cuff, and if the laces like went through the cuff at the top...
Oh, yeah.
And then it just sealed up really tight.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah, forward flex.
Because that BOA shit, is that like... It's not laces.
It's like really thin.
It's like
little
a wire.
cables.
Yeah. It's what is it, metallic?
Yeah.
Like a metallic wire?
Yeah.
That shit, fuck yeah, that's perfect.
What I was thinking is, you would have BOA for your liner. That would suck your liner to your foot, and then you would lace up over top of that.
I think that sounds like too much fabric. I think it could just be one lace that went through the liner and the boot.
The BOA though is the way they build it. They don't have a bunch of them. It's more like certain points. So it's like the intuition
you have like
liner.
two systems, like two BOAs, like a top.
They've had that.
thing.
Yeah, they've had that.
That would work really well. Because like the bottom part of your foot could be a BOA somewhere around your ankle, and then at the cuff area there could be a boa
That's why they haven't-
sealed up like the top part.
They haven't put on aggressive skates because they don't know where to put it. Because you could knock it off really easily, so it makes the most sense to have it on the tongue. You know?
Or what if you had them on the back of your skate? Would that work, or it would be too lumpy in the back?
It might be a little bit lumpy. Just mentally, it might feel weird to have it on there. I really do think if our Intuition liner had a boa, and then there was lacing over top, I still think that would work really well. But
I still think ideally you would want the liner a part of the boot.
yeah, it would still be a part of the boot. It would just be the thing like Rems. In our skates right now, Rems had inner laces, and then it had laces over top, and they skated really well. One thing would suck the liner to your foot, and then there would be something to go over top. But
Maybe.
like the tongue, there would just be extra lacing material over top. So maybe, yeah, it's a maybe. That's basically what we're skating right now. There's laces on the Intuition, and then there's laces that go over top, or what I'm skating, and what you're going to be skating.
Look at that.
I think the Intuition would have fared a little bit better.
Oh, 100%. 100%. But if I had that heel bruise going on, it would have been way worse. Way worse.
That's true. Well, you'll find out once Leon cuts those skates for you.
Yeah. I'll give him a day in court. Maybe the higher cuffs.
Oh, he will end up putting, if he's gutting them for you, he'll put on the higher cuffs for sure. Yeah, I'm going straight into other activities after this.
Nice.
I don't even have time to do laundry. I hope there's laundry right there. Fuck. 13 parks.
What a whirlwind.
It'd be amazing if each session averaged 2 to 3 minutes.
That would be amazing. It's gonna be pretty high percentage of awesome.
Yeah. I'm just gonna have to accept some baby killing.
But who knows, like if there's longer cuts that work.
Oh, it's because it's very pleasing to watch. It's not fisheye. It's nice pictures to look at. So it could be longer.
You'll have to see. The footage will reveal the truth.
I just don't know people's attention span these days. Oh no. Like, I'll know where it gets slow. I'll know where things need to be cut, even if I'm attached to a close to final version.
Yeah.
Do you stop in Salmon Arm for any extra items?
I'm pretty content. You're gonna laugh,
What?
but I actually wouldn't mind a small cup of coffee.
Oh yeah, I'll probably get one too.
And we could try to get really talkative.
Yeah, I'll drink some more coffee. I have that like amazing, overly relaxed feeling.
Yeah, the combination of waking up really early and skating in the sun, sweating really hard, and then swimming in that lake was nice and cold.
That
a little bit colder
was great.
So it really lowered that internal body temperature.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel pretty fantastic.
Yeah, I know people, you and Leon doubt the sliding tricks with the wizards, but I'm gonna get really good at that skill of being able to pop like off of a like wall ride and pop up off of a fun box and like Macchio slap my foot.
Yeah, that
down.
is a really cool trick. Really cool. And that's what I'm saying, that there are unique possibilities with grinding with the wizards.
I might even be able to fucking wall ride. Then, could you imagine if I wall rided, popped up, toe tapped, then Macchio'd? Like, wall rided. I would have to launch. You would
I don't
have
think
to
that's
launch.
Possible unless somehow there was something where you could tap at a higher point.
You'd have to
than
launch
than the
straight.
soul was.
You'd have to launch straight. You would wall ride low, tap high, and then you'd be launching straight. And then the disaster Macchio would be like further down on the ledge. It'd be like.
Yeah,
It's
that
possible.
might be possible. That would be
This is where
pretty
we're
incredible.
taking things now.
Shit.
This is what's happening.
Shit.
Very diverse skill sets
Yeah.
across the board. The viewers are going to be very satisfied with a nice fakie 720 at the end of the video.
Yes. Wow, that Figgy 7 was incredible.
So, I think I'm going to show your guys's the double, and then I think I would just end on that. The one of just him, and then the title would come up after he rolls out of the frame, and I just let the camera go for a while.
This is Tim Hortons right
Oh,
there. If you can get over there. If not, there's probably another one.
there might be a Starbucks here. If you're
Yeah.
more interested in that.
Sure.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he lanced out of it.
he lanced and then exited the frame perfectly with the beautiful background.
That just made me feel so shitty about my skating. When I saw him do that, I was like, wow, I am not as good as that guy. I'm not.
This is really smart. Yeah, but you did the forward 720 to Lance. That looks so dangerous.
Those tandem bikes are so fucking scary to be on the back of. If anyone ever tries to get you to go on the back of their tandem bike,
Don't
do it. Because you have no control.
You don't like losing control. Is that a ripper?
Ripper. One-legged ripper. Because the handlebars don't move, Joey.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't like that.
I'll text Jillian. Damn. Is that Dima?
No,
Yep.
it's The Bunch. You know those videos that I'm obsessed with?
Yeah.
It's one of the guys from The Bunch. Their new video should be coming out. I guess they save it till the winter, but they're the best for sure.
Nice.
Good style and super fucking creative.
I apologize for leading us into this very long drive-through lineup.
It was a classic. I should have trusted my intuition over... No, it'll be fun. Oh no!
Did he hit his head or his shoulder?
Oh! What happened to him there?
I think he hit his shoulder.
That's broken
Let's see if I can pause it. Is there no pause on these anymore?
No.
That was bad. Good thing that didn't happen on this trip to anyone.
Yeah.
He was unable to maneuver on that primitive technology.
Very primitive. You have to don't you have to kind of lift up the nose a little bit?
Well, even if you're good, you can only turn so much.
Yeah, you have to start your turn earlier.
Yeah.
You can't make shorter decisions.
Your turn is going to be a larger radii.
Yeah, you can make very split-second decisions.
I guess we commit to this or just...
We only have 3 cars ahead of us.
That's right.
All ordering full orders for a car full of children.
The orb works very well for zone.
The orbing didn't start until Leon, like when we walked up to meet him.
Yeah.
He was orbing. That's when it started. What would you like?
A small coffee. And a honey cruller.
May I please have a small black coffee?
Sorry, that was just medium black coffee?
Sure.
Yeah.
Alright, would you like anything else today?
Another medium black coffee and 2 honey crullers, please.
Alright. Can I get you anything else today?
No, thank you.
Alright, total is $5.65 at the window, please.
Thank you.
$5.65. Debit.
Visa. Oh, it says cannot process.
Is it debit or credit?
Credit.
Okay. Okay, try again.
Okay. Sorry. Should be able to hold yours so I can
Yes.
get that comfortably. No pressure right now. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Have a good day.
You too. I was wondering where that was coming from.
Wasn't too bad. Had something going on. A lot of heart.
It was cheerful music. We'll definitely eat this honey cruller right now. Oh.
Crullers are so good.
Bunch of people in a Jeep going to Tim Hortons. Summer day. Stu landed at 540 with his toes facing inward.
Doesn't make sense the way his body moves. It's abnormal.
There was no right angle for that one. And I really feel that's a slow motioner. But the fact that it's long shot and it'll move quickly might be one of those things that people don't process right away.
Yeah.
And yeah, I stand by my statement that that's Chris Farmer should have taken his skating in that direction, like that specific direction, but no.
I am very confident that that style is the future of inline skating.
Like freestyle mixed with tricks.
Yep, less grinding. It's really interesting that in Hoax 2 there's a section where they're talking about the future.
Yep.
And Corey Donahue says the future is endless lines with grindless tricks.
Did he say that?
Yeah. That's what
No,
he said.
he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
He did?
Yeah. I always remembered that because it was so weird for him to say that at the time. Like what do you mean grindless tricks? Because Hoax 2 was all grinding. Like grinding was everything. So for him to say that, it didn't make any sense at the time.
Oh, that's fucked. Like you did say that. I don't
Yeah.
remember that quote.
Yeah. Endless lines with grindless tricks.
I love that answer. The most Zen answer is, I can't say what the future will be, but I know there'll always be people skating.
This guy's going slow.
Yeah.
Is this 50?
Below 50
I guess it is.
in the Kia.
That's the speed limit. This just feels like a highway.
It's because we have to go through town.
I guess they don't want you ripping right here.
I know Leon is not behind grinding in that setup, but I fully believe that having some options to do so.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about like grinding, I'm talking about your skates making contact and being able to slide a little bit. Fuck you.
Well, that
Oh.
is grinding, what you just described.
But
Not quote
Not like-
unquote grinding.
not like waving your arms around and balancing something for a long period of time.
Like more like movements with contact and your weight on it.
Yeah.
Not like riding a rail for a really long.
Just to
boring-
maybe have the option of, if something's not particularly waxed, that the material on the bottom of your boot and around it and some material on your frame can slide on.
And it's a very simple addition, and it doesn't take anything away
Yeah.
from what the frame is. I think Leon just really wants to push
The rolling part. I
the rolling part,
understand.
and we do really need that to like get away from it as much as possible.
Yeah.
As a culture in general. But I do agree with you that in the future that needs to be integrated because it is a part of skating.
It is. I guess hot dogs gods will start to dictate, like the box session you already started kind of like combining a little bit of the two.
Yeah.
But I see that getting really good at comfortable on 90 and 100s and basically being able to do exactly the same thing that we do.
It is possible.
Yeah.
But
and
but the thing is yeah,
to
it's
completely let go of aggressive skating.
yeah, and then integrate it more responsibly.
Yeah.
Because like we have such a crazy fetish with grinding that it has really held skating back and skate technology back because it's so focused on
Even the spots
the
that people
sliding.
look for.
Yeah. It's such a fucking distraction.
Like, how long would people have spent on that rail in a Soyuz? The one that went into the grass at the school.
Yeah.
Like 2 hours in the hot sun.
A long
sliding
session.
down something that goes into grass.
Rolling up to it really slowly, jumping and like
Sliding a little bit.
missing a bit and grabbing the rail and standing on the steps,
and
walking
having
back
to walk
up.
back up.
And then someone slides down the whole thing and then whoop, into grass.
You can do exactly the same thing in soap shoes.
Yeah.
Ride your skates.
But you can't get into the positions that you can on inline skates, Joey.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's just so many grinds you can do.
It's endless.
Someone tried to say that skiing only has 2 grinds. Not only do they have way more than 2 grinds, their sliding positions are continually changing.
I think language fails in defining what skiers are doing in comparison to what rollerbladers are doing. Like the word grinding. Grinds are so different on skis than they are on skates.
They're like just freestyling.
Well,
pretty much.
you're on a big plank,
Yeah.
whereas with skates,
You're in a
it's
fixed
it has to be
position.
way more precise. And your skates like lock onto a surface in a way that they just don't on skis.
Yeah.
Like it's so different that it's a shame that there isn't a different word for it.
They're sliding. They're jipping.
Yeah, it is more.
And that's what I want. I see it being less grinding on Wizards and more sliding.
You're still like locked to the surface.
But you slid on your wheels on a handrail. You're still locked to the surface, but Colin was saying like eventually this is possible. This is not out of possibility. But to do that conveyor trick, you know how he kicks
like
the
while
rail with his free. Yeah.
I don't think that's really possible.
It is.
It might be possible, but because to do the conveyor, you have to have no weight on your foot.
If you're a wizard at distributing your weight,
you might be able to do it. Yeah, you might be able to do it like if you can put all your weight on one foot and then conveyor your other foot somehow.
If you could,
but there's no. I don't think it's possible.
If you could do it, like if you waxed the ground, you could be sliding forward and shuffling your feet back and forth. So if you can do it on that, you could probably do it on a rail, a really waxy rail. It's possible.
It might be possible. You're right. You are right. It is possible.
Yeah. Stu will do it.
Probably.
That shot's really awesome where you, Stu, and Leon all hit the rail. Oh yeah, and we all aired. There's gonna be so many shots where I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Very exciting. So
everybody fence bashed while warping.
The spinning group orb.
Yeah, you could feel like the pressure.
Yeah.
You could like push the fingers.
Yeah, that was weird.
You could almost get like extenders, or you put like little caps on your finger that have suction cups.
Orb extensions. Orb extensions would be sick, but you wouldn't.
It wouldn't feel the same.
You wouldn't be able to feel the fingertips.
But they'd have to just make it so it somehow locks in, but the fingers still touch. But I guess orbing is really important that you don't have any like crutches to help you orb.
But in the future, if they can create a technology where you slip this thing on your finger and it extends the sensation of your fingertip, so what the thing at the top touches, you feel it in your fingers, so you could actually do an extended orb and feel it.
So your fingers could just be further apart.
A very large orb.
The other person would need the extender for it to work.
Yeah, everyone would need that.
Fuck. The Air Dolphin edit just has so much more depth to it now that orbing.
So he orbed while doing tricks. And that's where it started?
Yeah.
I wonder if Air Dolphin understands the impact he's had on Canadian rollerblading.
Yeah,
Probably
because
not.
he really put his own spin on things that it didn't seem like something that came out of Canada, but it was definitely related to what Canada's all about.
He's definitely got a Canadian vibe, and that's an ultimate compliment. Canada's just on fire. Watch the game, Zone, Big Wheels.
Yep. RPT video. Apparently.
RPT. Sean Unwin,
Taylor Ritchie,
Dallas Kurtz, Danny Beer,
Josh Silver,
Chris Nima.
Oh yeah, Chris Nima needs
he needs something.
needs a section.
Yeah.
getting wizards, apparently.
No way. It would be really
Did
fun
someone
to
say
go
that?
on a trip like this with him. But you would really have to reel him in, keep him on a tight leash for efficiency.
Oh, yeah. But he would also help bring out
Oh
weird
yeah,
ideas.
lots of good ideas. Lots of good ideas. Actually, he's good with focus. He's very focused on very weird things.
Yeah. Well, he knows if a video is being filmed, he knows to take advantage
Yeah.
of. He always does stuff.
Yeah. He's a performer.
Yeah. He always knows that it'll get used.
Yeah.
Because he enhances it
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah, it would be awesome to. We haven't worked with Nima
No.
for a while.
No, we're overdue. Even if he was
Very
roller skating,
overdue.
like it would be amazing if there was just a roller skater with us that whole trip.
Even try to get him to come up to Kamloops for a
He's
session.
been wanting to.
Yeah, I'm sure he would.
Yeah, the orb is like it's gonna be hitting the mainstream now. It already
It
kind
is.
of was. People were orbing. I didn't know what it was about.
I think we really took the orb to the next level on this trip. I don't think people are going to be expecting this much evolution of the orb.
The shot of you and Colin, where you do the orb, and you skate away, and then he just nods his head and so casually goes into an orb. It's so fucking funny. And how I specifically wanted it from that angle, because he was standing on a ledge, so he looks way taller than you. You just look like a little guy. Makes it way funnier. So for the rest of the video, they're gonna think that he's like 7 feet tall.
He is very
He's
tall.
very tall, but he looks. Either they're gonna think like, is Todd actually that short?
And it's awesome how a lot of the ship was done in the order of height. So it keeps it consistent.
Yeah, that's right. We kept the order consistent. Did we do the launch in order of height?
Yeah.
That's when we started it.
Which launch?
We all launched the tabletop at the beach park in Kelowna before we did the fence orb. Everybody launched.
Oh, did we?
Over the tabletop.
Oh, yeah. Yes, we did. Everything was, like, we did a lot of pelts in that same order.
I'm really happy that, because it was me, you, Colin, and Stu the first day, that we did some to open up the video.
Yep.
We did some with all 4 of us, and then it's
Yep.
awesome that the last session's going to end with all, what is it? 5 people.
It'd be really crazy as a shorter edit if you just took all the pelts that all 5 people did in the same order.
How many of those did we get? We got air out of the quarter pipe. We got some in Kelowna.
Some in Sycamoose.
Some in Sycamoose. Did we do any other ones?
Armstrong.
Oh, shit. Did we do one in Armstrong?
Yeah. We all did those.
Did we?
Yep.
Or we just rolled over them while orbiting?
Yeah. Did we do one in Lumpy? I don't think we did in Lumpy.
No. No, we didn't. We should have. That bank hip, the black bank, would have been good.
Oh, yeah.
For everybody to do one on. Wow, we filmed a lot. Almost like consistently while we were at the park, we were
Filming.
usually filming.
Yeah.
There weren't any like huge breaks
No.
because someone would be working on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to even process the whole thing. I had that feeling like when the alarm went off, I was so confused as to where I was.
Yeah. I was very confused when you started flashing that light. Where am
I? Just gonna drop a video.
Drop a video.
Out of
the
nowhere.
video. It's the video.
If it turns out how I think it's gonna turn out, it's one of those ones where I could possibly, I'm never happy, but I could possibly be happy with, if no videos ever got made after this one, it would be a really good document of skating and what I enjoy about it. But that never happens. There's always new additions, new ideas.
Yep.
But this style it's so not sensational. There's no gimmicks. You'll be able to see the skating. It's gonna look really good. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna age really well.
Yep.
It'll still be
Really timeless.
as long as it's around, as long as it's available after we're dead. It's
Yep.
not gonna look, the only thing that might look dated is our skate technology.
Yeah. It's going to be refreshing for people, I think. Because the skate video has become so cliche.
Yeah.
So fucking cliche.
And don't get me wrong, I love good music.
Oh, yeah.
Shine.
Yeah, me
But
too.
It's hard to get excited about it. Or it's hard to do it right.
This will be very novel.
If we filmed all of this shit like how we normally do, if it would have been lots of fisheye, the video just would have been so overwhelming and people would have got really tired of seeing everything from that one angle.
Yeah.
Or like there's people that separate the scenery from the fisheye, like where you show the scenery
Yeah.
and then you show someone doing a trick, but
Yeah.
if you can mix those two together, you don't have to film scenery separately.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if you ever wanted to do a follow-up years down the road in this style, but with new locations, where you would do it.
Yeah. It's hard to... You could do different parts of BC. You could go further north.
Yeah, like Quesnel and Williams Lake and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Quesnel, Williams Lake, Prince George. More driving, though.
More driving. The initial drive.
I guess
Would be more.
there'd be a lot of places close together once you got the big one out of the way.
Yeah.
Guys not fucking around.
Ram 3500. Dodge Ram.
Change your attitude and get amped.
Change your attitude and get amped. Amped. Rippers like to get amped.
Oh, rippers love to get amped. Drop in.
Dude, I'm amped right now. Just warning you. Don't get too close. I'm amped.
It's funny how the extreme guy turned into the like a chill guy that still gets stoked, but not extreme stoked.
It's true. It's true. Because you can't stay amped forever. Eventually, you chill. So, like, yeah, I used to get amped. Now I just chill. You can't get amped forever.
The guys in Harold and Kumar, the extreme guys.
The extreme guys.
Yeah, they see them in 7-Eleven, I think. And the extreme, they like have them in a kayak and they're lifting them up. Yeah. holding him in a kayak in 7-Eleven. And then one of them, after the scene's done, they're by the chip aisle, and one of them points at Doritos. Extreme! Because they were extreme Doritos. That was so fucking extreme. Let's go get a Mountain Dew.
So fucking extreme. Yeah, that word, extreme.
And that started with Greg Stump too.
Wow.
In Blizzard of Oz. That's a good video.
Blizzard of
Oz is really good.
It's a ski video?
So unpretentious.
Really?
Yes, because there's no. You know how in that Pet Fujas documentary, that photographer's like, skiing was lame in the 90s or skiing was lame in the 80s, but it was a few guys in that video, Blizzard of Oz, that ended up influencing like Tanner Hall, and it was kind of like hoax where they weren't like, they still wore weird shit
like dorkier
for skiing,
clothes,
like dorkier skiing stuff, but they were amazing personalities and they had good style. But the opening of that movie where he's talking about how he doesn't get excited by ski movies anymore and narrating it, he's like, the skiers that I've always liked are the ones that ski the extreme. And then that was like the first use of that word, not being a caricature of what it was now, but then the music comes up and then it just shows all these amazing shots of people launching off their skis in slow motion with really good style.
Shit.
And for all the little kids in the shop seeing that, like Glenn Plake with his mohawk.
Wow, you're really selling this video right now. Blizzard of Oz.
Blizzard of Oz.
And that was the first time someone had used the word extreme in that
He coined the
context?
word, yeah. He coined the word extreme.
Wow.
And the opening shot in the video is somebody on rollerblades.
Jeez.
Rollerblade paid money to have, I think it's someone launching over the camera and then going down a hill on skates.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
They paid money.
Yeah, it's like a rollerblade ad right at the start, or maybe Greg Stump just like included it. And he directed all of like the rollerblade stuff with AJ Jackson, and he filmed and he like shot all of that original rec skating stuff.
Weird.
Yeah.
Greg Stump.
It's all shot really well. Rollerblade: The Ride Continues. If there was a more modern version of that, it's really well done from a video perspective.
I'll have to see that. I came so close to shitting my pants today. Seriously.
Me too.
Like really close.
I thought
it was a very stressful situation.
I thought you had like got sick or something, because I
was walking like
very
really weird,
stressed out. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I was nervous. I was like, am I just gonna have to squat somewhere? Because that's what I was thinking. Like,
I've done
if
that
I
before.
Can't hold this, I don't want to just shit my pants. I'll just
done that
squat.
before.
At least I'll get less shit all over me. It was that feeling, like it felt like I didn't trust that I could hold it. Like I was questioning my ability to hold my shit.
What happened there? Yeah, well, the Metamucil, that's happened to me a few times. That's what was happening to me that morning, where I was like, I need to go, like, now. I remember doing a stretch, and it felt like...
Which other morning?
Morning.
This morning?
No. Sorry, when we were filming at the tennis court.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, I need to go now.
Shit.
It was that same feeling.
Oh, no.
But when it happens, you're a new person.
Yeah, it's a sense of relief, and you just took a huge shit. As soon as I sat on the toilet and released, it was just like I just felt so good and ready to destroy.
We ate way more food yesterday too.
Yeah.
So it had to happen.
And it was like my body just gobbled it up so fast.
Yeah. I would have much rather had the alarming shit feeling then could all that food not have Metamucil and possibly just have all of that in me while trying to skate? All of that extra weight?
Yeah, that'll hold you back.
Big time.
To have some shit in you. I wonder if a lot of people with unhealthy diets, like, their insides are just coated with shit.
They try and say that rotten meat, like old meat lines, or rotten food, like plaque on our teeth, is like lining the intestine. I don't know if it's true or not. And what, vegan people have to do colon cleanses?
Colon cleanses? They have to? What do you mean?
Yeah. For like a week when I tried to eat just raw food, I just didn't shit.
Really?
Yeah. No matter how much water I drank.
What kind of raw food were you eating?
You just eat vegetables and nuts. And I don't know, I just remember it felt like I had been in the forest and eating sticks and leaves.
But I can't see why that would constipate you.
It did. It could just be the way my body works, but I do know that, yeah, people have to get colon cleanses.
That's so weird. Because you always think vegetables are gonna like make they make of good shits.
If I eat just vegetables, I get so like bloated.
What?
Yeah.
Weird. That is bizarre to me. I know when I eat like a lot of salad and vegetables and fruit, my shits are like way better.
Really?
Yeah, because there's so much water in them, and it's
But don't you
really easy for your body to digest it.
But don't you regularly eat like meat and carbs and things with that? Like it's not just vegetables and fruit. I'm saying like taking that stuff out.
Huh.
Like vegans.
Yeah, I know. They don't eat any meat. But
yeah, like it was
I
like
guess because there's no
diet or something like that. It just felt like there was nothing heavy going in.
Or there's no like bulk.
Yeah. That it just felt like I had been, yeah.
I wonder if you could eat like bran buds are really good for
probably
like bulking up your shits.
I would feel like that would just make things more bloated, more farts.
Weird.
Yeah, that's why they had the fart patio thing in Portlandia. Such a good way of making fun of that. Like if you eat the super healthy food, it gives you the worst farts.
Strange.
But yeah,
because I was farting like constantly on this trip. Constantly.
So was Leon. It's funny. You guys are already like dads. Older men farting all the time. Maybe I'm unhealthy. Maybe I need to pass more gas.
Maybe you need to on a regular basis you need to be eating more vegetables so your body is like more used to processing them, because maybe you went from not eating much vegetables to a lot and your body didn't know what it was doing.
Fruit is usually really basic, and then like spinach and salads and things, but no, not loads of vegetables. Lately, a decent amount, but it's actually cooked in more delicious meals. It was whatever the fucking diet was. Thrive, or I can't remember what it was. It was after watching Forks and Knives, I think it was called.
Yeah.
It was like a convincing enough documentary to try that diet. But then I was just so tired, no energy.
Didn't work for you?
No. Even, Rob G said when he tried it, he just like lost too much, like so much weight, and just looked unhealthy.
Just didn't have the energy.
Yeah. Raw vegan.
You would need to have it would work well for a certain body type.
Raw is even worse because you don't cook anything.
So there's like, I think you would really need to make sure you ate lots of avocados.
Yeah.
For the fat.
Yeah.
Avocados and nuts.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them.
Yeah, avocado is the one thing that it almost feels like your body would crave it.
Yeah. Because you need that fat.
Delivers a good experience. We got the bikes, we got the stand-up paddleboard. Or no, sorry, we got the bikes, we got the kayaks. Time to go rip the shoe swap. Still some distance.
Music in the park tonight.
Oh.
Go dance with a bunch of crazy kids.
That's such a better excuse to dance if you're there with your kid.
Exactly.
Than being there. People respect you more if you're a crazy person dancing.
Yeah, totally.
I never thought of that.
And parents can cut loose more because they're with their kid. It's not weird.
Yeah, if you just went there by yourself because you like dancing, that's not acceptable.
That would be very weird. It's very true that having kids gives adults an excuse to be silly.
Definitely.
But if you are an adult that doesn't feel the need to have an excuse to be silly and can just be silly, then there's no need for a kid.
Silly adults.
I don't need a kid to be silly.
Make a lot of sacrifices in terms of respect from society.
It's true.
To be silly.
Yeah. Look at this silly guy.
A lot of them end up being street performers.
Yeah. It wouldn't be too bad of a life if you got really into your act.
Granville Island performer. They probably make cheddar, the ones who are at Granville
the good
Island.
ones, yeah, for sure.
And it probably wouldn't get old because if you were in such a touristy area, every day would be a little bit different.
If you really enjoyed whatever you were doing,
yeah,
could be a pretty fun life.
Put on a wizard show.
Yeah. Could put on a really good show with the crew, with the lineup that we have.
I would have to practice a lot. I would have to learn more of the crazy moves.
You'd have to come up with a routine that you would slowly carve out. With each performance, you would analyze what worked, what didn't, when to orb, when not to orb.
We would all start by orbing.
And now introducing the coach. Would Leon announce with his really laid-back delivery? His very calming voice? Leon with a microphone?
the one that comes out like that.
And he would always be in front.
The headpiece
because it's from shortest to tallest.
Oh, yeah, that's
Everything is in a train. It would start with the spinning orb. I'd like to welcome everyone to the performance today.
Yeah, that is funny. He would, because he would be coach in the back, Leon in the front.
We'd like to begin by explaining the orb.
You should have an orb YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I would watch that.
That would be amazing. Leon should have his own channel where he just like does how-tos, where he explains how to do tricks.
The thing that he was doing for a while with Shop Task was awesome. That he just kept filming stuff on his phone.
Yeah, that was okay. That was
Too much.
there were some problems.
There were some problems. Too long.
And he filmed them portrait.
Oh yeah, that
Which was a
bothers a
problem.
lot of people. That bothers you? It's not a huge thing
Yeah,
for
a
me.
little bit for that kind of style.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not a good choice.
You know,
and he-
just almost like one. If it was just like one shot locked off,
Yeah,
and the sound was really good.
yeah, really good sound. If he was mic'd up,
Yeah,
and you could see like his whole body,
Yeah.
and it was a little bit further back.
yeah.
Really super simple, and it was him just explaining different tricks, how to do them. It
Yeah,
would
we
be
gotta
so
do
sick.
more how-tos.
Yeah, we do.
People keep asking, and it's just I would much rather do.
And we have a
these
whole
projects.
bunch of tricks to
So
describe.
many.
even just like explaining like a toe pivot,
Yep.
how to do a toe pivot, how to do a warrior, like simple things like that.
I kind of understand the gazelle. That advice that your wheels can't come up off the ground makes more sense now.
Yeah.
That not even your toe wheel can come up.
I feel myself do it by accident all the time. I can't like make it happen. Whenever I try to do it, I don't do it.
Yeah, because the smoothest ones are when you're just feeling it out.
Yeah. But it would be a good thing to like be able to do when you want. This
So
is
much
heat
skating.
country.
It said that?
Yeah.
So much skating. So much skating.
A lot of skating. And I could do more.
Yeah, me too. 2 parks today. 2 more.
Yep.
Would have gone for a swim, drove to the next one, skated for a bit, drove to the next one, got some food.
It's such a fun thing. Like, I really think I'll always want to do this. Like, there's guys that they'll have like an annual biking
Oh, yeah.
trip or like things like that. Shit. Like, I really want this to be like a tradition.
Whoa.
Jesus.
Whoa.
She's got to get out of the heat. She's got to seek out some shade, get some sunscreen,
That
some
was-
water. She really needs to.
What was going on? That the image like stamps in my head of what she looked like was really confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, to do something like this every year, definitely.
It's just so healthy.
And making a video out of it is really good because you are reminded
Yeah.
of the importance of the experience.
Yeah. It was really good without alcohol.
Yeah, it was.
Really, the energy was very level.
Very focused, very ambitious.
Because you naturally, like, alcohol's good if you're not skating a lot.
If
to,
you're
like,
celebrating,
get into it.
or, yeah, if you have. Okay, Leon made that joke like someone does a big king trail. Yeah, let's go get drunk.
even like if you're sitting at work all day and then try to go skating, it's good to like have a couple beers to relax you because you're in that
Yep.
like uptight state.
Definitely.
But if you're skating a lot like you are and hanging out,
You're in the state.
you're already in the state. You don't need alcohol.
Yeah, it felt so good. That's why I know I could keep going as long as I didn't get hurt. But I was skating pretty safe for the most part. Also, the setup is safe. Like I don't
Yeah.
fall. So many of my falls would be washing out backwards or forwards.
Yeah.
And I just don't now because I have a more stable base. But when I put my skates on at Kamloops and started rolling around, I was just in it right away again. It just
Yeah.
felt good. Or getting out of the car, stretching a bit, putting my skates on, and I just planted off of that rail into the bank at Armstrong.
That was crazy. Yeah, you really excelled right away. It was really...
I had 2 beers before that session.
Yeah, that... amazing.
That's so weird. I never would have thought that having a little bit of beer... Not that I would do it all the time, but I do skate decent if I have a drink or 2.
Just enough to lower the overthinking.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's why I'm more of an alcohol person. I don't like what you give up in return, but
you like the easing of the thinking.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
So funny, like I was still telling myself, like just by pulling up to the skate park and seeing the dudes with their music, and I was like, oh shit, here's another crew of like people from out of town. We're gonna have to share the park with them and like try and like feel out each other's vibes. And then the guy turned out to be so nice and a local, and it's like, fuck my stupid mind. Like I just went deep into this whole story with no real information.
Yeah. These guys are going to be assholes. They're going to say shit that's going to piss me off. There's going to be just anger in the air. This is going to be a horrible session. Horrible. Hey guys, how's it going? Hey, where are you guys from? You guys are pretty good on those things. Okay, see you later.
I could feel like the fight or flight mode too if I go to a skate park and I'm telling myself that story, or if I have that feeling, I get like shots, almost like little mini shots of adrenaline, and I can skate harder right away. So I don't know if that was it.
Yeah.
Mixed with 2 beers.
Yeah, sometimes alcohol plus anger can work really well.
Mostly not, but yeah.
Alcohol plus anger combined with the orb. See, the orb kind of saves you from it becoming a negative thing, like you just orb.
Wondering if I'm gonna get a speeding ticket here. Is that a policier?
Don't stop.
What?
Don't stop in the highway. What? Wasn't even a cop.
See what happened there? Exactly what I was just talking about.
Oh, there's lights. I'm gonna get a ticket. I better come to a stop and just stop behind this cop and let him give me a ticket.
This does not help that.
No.
Oh, that was the other thing. I didn't have caffeine before that session.
Before Armstrong?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I just felt really loose. I have to sometimes wrestle with the caffeine in certain situations and then find my groove within it. But I do enjoy caffeine.
Caffeine's great. The nicest Fakie 7 I've ever seen in my life.
It was really nice.
It just blew me away. And it just looked so easy to... He didn't have to struggle to get speed. He didn't have to jump too hard. He just flowed into it.
Yeah, he like floated off of it, and it still kicked him up.
Very much like a ski launch, the way that they don't really jump, they just coast into the air.
Yeah. I was telling him if he can eventually find an object that's kind of whippy like that, and then a big flat top and a landing, how much softer his landing would have been. It looked pretty soft.
You mean if he landed into a bank?
Yeah, because
it would have been even better.
Will was saying, Will Purcell says when you lace a jump on skis, he says you don't feel any impact at all.
Yeah. Because you're landing on a big hill.
Yeah,
on a
just
big
the
bank.
speed and your weight is distributed across giant planks, so it would make sense that the 110s would be, if you could get used to them, really nice for airs.
Yeah. I think you're right, airs into banks, like longer banks, would feel incredible.
I've gotten more comfortable in the air. Not that I do anything complicated, but I just feel more comfortable flying around a park
Yeah.
in the 100s. It's funny now because after seeing Leon's Ficky 720 and knowing I can do all of my airs and my skates, there's almost nothing left for a reason to skate aggressive skates. Because there was a while there where I thought maybe aggressive skates were better for airs, but they're not.
No, they're not. It just takes getting used to. It's different. It's very different.
But
doing airs,
the pluses are more because
once
less
you get used
speed,
to it,
it's more float.
You're not gonna want to go back. If anything, it might be a little bit. I used to say that it was easier to control your body with aggressives or with a smaller wheel, but now that I'm just really used to it, it's not. You just have to get used to it.
Yeah. Well, and we were on like a way more harder to air setup with the FRs.
Yeah, those
deluxe.
those skates.
You have
harder.
to land completely weight centered.
But those skates would be incredible for launches to lances.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Incredible.
But like I said, if you could switch your wheels, you know you wanted to do a lot of lances one day. If you could rocker your outside wheels up a little bit more one day, if you felt like doing that,
that would be a good option.
Because I can create a mock natural rocker on those spacers. So you would have natural rocker, flat, and super rocker option.
Super rocker.
Severe rocker.
I like the super rocker. Feels really good.
Super rocker on 100s or 110s would feel really good.
Yeah. You give up some stability, but you gain some swivel
Yeah,
action.
you can do some very specific lancing tricks. Oh, it is lancing, right?
Yeah.
Lance, gazelle, conveyor.
That first lance that Colin did was in the FRAs.
Yeah, with the deluxe,
And
or
that's
do
why
you
it
just
was
have
so
two? You can also
the deluxe rocker.
you can put some more worn out wheels on the outside. You have that option.
So they're not as super. The rocker isn't as super.
Yeah. No, so it is on your current, on the Wizards.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, on Wizards. Yeah, you could.
But I think rockering options in the frame makes the most sense. I can totally imagine us breaking or bending that frame.
Which frame?
Like a 90 and 100 version of the Uptown frame. It just looks like it might bend under certain impacts, but
it is thinner. It's much thinner, but depending on the material, you can probably handle it.
Yeah, it does have those supports, like how it goes wider at the top. It's really nice.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not plastic.
No.
I think it could handle it.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the K2s. I enjoyed skating them.
Then once you start expanding your body movements, you'll want to move to a carbon-based, more responsive skate.
Yeah, because we really are twisting our feet.
Yeah.
In a lot of different positions inside of that skate.
Yeah. We're pushing the technology.
We are, and there's not.
And that's why.
There really isn't technology designed for what we do yet.
Not designed as well as it could be. Definitely not.
That's why what?
Not designed as good as well as it could be.
Oh, you're gonna say something before that.
I was gonna.
Yeah, you're gonna say that's why. You were gonna say some profound thing.
I don't know what I was gonna say.
And I was saying our foot twists
a different person.
Leave normal, come back forever changed. Bring the ore back.
Yeah. That was one of those trips where it just slowly started to feel like we just couldn't go wrong. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know, it just felt like nothing could touch us.
that's the zone.
Yeah. We were in the zone.
Yeah, totally.
I wasn't like, I didn't feel like, oh no, someone could get hurt, or the
Yep.
keys could get locked in the car,
No.
or like we could get lost. Like, it was like nothing bad was gonna happen. I just knew.
Yeah, that
I
was,
just knew it was gonna work out.
we were all in the zone.
We were gonna make the right decisions. No one was gonna get fucked up and hungover and or puke, or like nothing like that was gonna happen.
No, we stayed on track. We were all coming from the same place.
Yeah. Focus. Like, even those young, like, you would think like, yeah, we're doing a trip with like a 19 and 20-year-old. You would think that they would get rowdy and party and drink and want to do crazy and be crazy.
Yeah.
Like, they're very, very wise.
Well,
Calling it Stu.
Stu probably does. Like, you still have
Yeah.
that. But
Oh, for sure.
also,
But he understood
Yeah.
the importance of what we were doing.
well, because if you were that age and you went with older dudes and they were going to be skating that much, you would just skate.
Yeah. But even like, yeah, if you think of traveling with Adam and Stir,
Oh.
and they would just like eat candy the whole time and not skate. Very different.
Yeah,
Very different.
it was weird. I think when I went on skate trips previously, I was looking for something like this, but I didn't know it yet.
Right.
I wanted this to be skate trips.
Well, your mind is just weaker. You're excited, but you put that excitement into the wrong place. You overdo it on the alcohol. You might make bad decisions with food. You would stay up too late because you're so
Yeah.
excited, and then not have energy in the morning.
Like-
You don't know how to control the excitement with your weak mind. Once you mature and start to orb, that's when you know how to stay in the zone.
Yeah.
And you don't get distracted by the silly things. You laugh at the distractions.
Yeah. Yeah, we created an atmosphere that we were able to take. We had a traveling atmosphere that we placed in skate parks.
Yeah. And nothing
There were moments where
can touch us.
it was just kind of dissipated and wide, like Polson Park or Coldstream, because of heat and sound distractions.
But you make do. You don't need it. It doesn't need to be a sprint with the zone. It's
No.
a marathon.
Yeah. The
And you
putting
know
your
when to
skates
push and when
on
to
for a
pull.
little bit.
Yeah.
Coldstream was so hard not to. I thought I was done, and then I just watched you guys rolling around, and it looks so fun. And then you have to put your skates back on. Plus, you're there too.
Yeah.
That feeling of like,
Well, I'm here now.
I'm here, and I'm totally gonna regret. if
Not
I-
gonna be back
Yeah,
for a long time. So
yeah. It might be another 5 years, or what was the space between? Yeah, it was a 5-year space between the last time. So yeah, 5 years would be a good time. Just reverse it again. Start in Sycamoose.
yeah.
There might be some new parks at that point. 5 years, I'll be 38.
That'll be a sick video. We should call that one Okanagan Rippers Tour. We'll be really
More-
old and dorky.
Weathered faces. But yeah, definitely more dorky.
Really dorky.
Leaning more on the adult side, where all we care about is comfort.
Aubrey might be with us.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
have like a
Yeah,
6-year-old little ripper with us.
little ripper. Yeah, the mostly mental shuttle mental shuttles.
Mostly mental shuttles.
Yeah.
What?
That's where I made the joke of like, he had a Facebook. He does like shuttles up to the ski hills and for mountain biking in Kamloops. He runs like a
shuttles business.
yeah.
And it's called what?
Mostly mental shuttles.
Mostly mental shuttles. Okay.
And he was the one who had Facebook status update. Lady's pregnant. Looks like we're gonna be having a little ripper.
A little ripper. You can't force the ripping. That's all bad.
And
when parents are too pushy about the ripping, you're taking the fun out of ripping.
And then
if they want to rip, then that's cool. Let them rip, but
don't push the ripping.
Don't push the ripping.
Oh, because that's way that's bad.
Taking the whole zone out of ripping.
As soon as you see this sign, somewhat out of the zone.
Kamloops.
Lots of great rippers come out of here. Oh, there's some rippers that just went by.
Oh yeah.
If you see the Decline
yeah, that's a ripper
sign of a
logo
ripper.
right there. Some muddy tires sticking out.
Lots of rippers at the bike park. Local bike park. Have you seen that fucking place up close before?
The bike park?
Yeah.
Up
Have
by
you
Juniper?
seen how advanced it is?
Are you talking about the one up by Juniper?
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. Have you ever seen people ripping it?
Yeah, I've seen people ripping it. Just on video, but some of the jumps are insane.
Really big, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the shit would be possible to hit on skates, but really dangerous because it's very hard packed. Yeah.
Did you see that video that I think Sean posted of those new knee pads that they got in at Shop Task?
No.
And Sean was just hitting someone in the knee with an aluminum baseball bat, and the guy was just like, "Yep, don't feel anything."
Are they G-form?
Yeah, G-form, like thin. They look really sick, like thin, and I guess they're the super dense material, and they just absorb everything.
I just don't. I might get to that point. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't really.
I hit my wrist.
My knees very
like
much.
the most. I've been hitting my wrist, and then I still scrape my elbows on falls.
Yeah.
Elbows and wrists have taken the most pain, and then of course stubbing my toe in my skate. But helmet is like the most important one.
Yeah. And it really wasn't. It wasn't bad at all.
No, mine's pretty gross right now. It was pretty hot, like the color.
Yeah.
Was a little hot, but
I found that
it wasn't that bad.
Sometimes I actually enjoyed, this might sound gross, but I would get sweaty in it and then take it off.
Yeah.
And then let it sit there. And then when I put it back on, it was like kind of a cold sweat, and it actually felt kind of nice. Like
I can see that.
It like cooled off my head.
I'm starting to enjoy the
ritual.
The ritual of it has some power to it right now that I stretch. I lace out my skates and put on my helmet. It's like this. Okay, let's fucking do this.
Yeah, I really like it. I would like to get a better helmet.
Oh yeah, we were all wearing helmets.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's really fucking awesome. That's really, really fucking awesome. I'm so stoked.
There wasn't one no helmet person.
No.
That's good.
Fuck yeah.
I didn't think about that. There's many levels that I'm excited about this video.
There was a lot of stuff where, like, I would definitely still do it with a helmet.
Yeah.
But I might have in the back of my head, like, some extra fear about, like, falling back.
You going fakie down that bank in Polson Park.
Yeah, like stuff like that.
And also, when you jump, you did the toe tap to jump into the quarter at Armstrong. Anything like on a whippy quarter pipe, if you're jumping into it, and you were thinking of doing that, you were gonna plant off of that box into the quarter pipe at Lumpy. You were thinking of trying that.
Oh God,
that could have been a head hitter for sure.
Yeah, and even that launch like over the humps would have been extra.
Yeah,
like it was already pretty scary, but just knowing that you at least have that, even carving at Sycamoose around the quarter, like doing it fakie with right behind someone. I don't know if I would want to do that without a helmet.
Yeah, because that's how I fucked myself up.
Yeah, like just clipping and falling back.
Fakie's really dangerous.
Yeah.
Fakie's very dangerous.
Yeah, it's good to have a helmet.
The skating's going to be so unpretentious too. Because there is going to be creative skating, but it is really just us feeling out the parks.
A lot of simple shit. Some more complex, but mostly just simple.
It's just people with rollerblades saying, what can we do on these? It's going to be good.
I'm so stoked.
Yeah, just some like effortless stuff.
Yeah.
Just feeling it out.
It's going to get people really juiced to skate in a really healthy way.
People are going to want to do that trip.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it really is the next thing, hey?
Yeah.
We should try and do at least one more day trip, if possible, for Big Wheels 3. It won't be the end of the world if we can, but
definitely.
Like get up early, drive somewhere somewhat close.
Yep. Lots of time to make that happen. Where are you thinking?
Maybe the same direction again, if Leon could try and meet us, like towards that way. There's also there's the Clearwater skate park that looks really interesting.
Yeah.
Like a skate park we've never been to.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Ashcroft and Merritt. We could hit those two.
Yeah.
That's only 45 minutes away. And then there's some really weird street in Cache Creek.
Shit, that'd be fun.
And visually, really impressive surroundings. Not that I don't think that matters for Big Wheels 3. I don't think I want to force the aesthetic too much. Although, we could film some sessions long shot if we're really starting to enjoy it.
Yep.
And then include that in Big Wheels 3.
I will definitely be more open to long shot filming after this trip.
Wait until you see it on a big screen too.
Oh shit.
It doesn't do it justice on that little viewfinder.
No, I know.
Even the color of it, you know how the shots looked amazing? It was a flat cinema profile, so it's gathering more information. So if it was this shot right now, the greens would look kind of more grayish and flat, and then I have more flexibility to adjust the colors. So that's why the Wizard Frame Testing 19 really contrasty. Yeah. Where shit can look really dark, but you still make out the shapes of the person. It's not like black. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy.
Yeah, usually we've had videos with good quote-unquote cinematography, like Mushroom Blading 2, but there was still fisheye in it. This is all careful cinematography from beginning to end.
Yeah, we've never done that.
Nope. This is the first one. This is the first real, professional video, but it's not at the same time, because it's avant-garde the way it's going to be put together and presented.
Yeah, exactly. It's the right kind of high quality.
Yeah. Because it just would have been so easy to film, over-cranked slow motion with beautiful shots.
Yeah, you could easily make a way over sensationalized video with this, with really good music and stuff.
You know what else sucks about slow motion porn and extreme videos? Am I dropping you off at home?
At home, yeah.
There's usually no sound. It's just slow motion to music.
Oh no, yeah, you're right.
A really good way to think about any type of drone shots, GoPros, slow motion, any of that stuff. anytime you're watching a movie, try and pinpoint how often slow motion is used. It's usually very, very, very rarely. It'll be like they'll save it for like one important moment if they need to elongate one thing that's really important in the movie.
It's usually like humorous. Like it's usually like a funny thing.
It'll be humorous, or it'll be like
a montage.
It'll be like The Catch. It'll be like a sports movie. They'll use it sparingly. Or remember Reservoir Dogs, like the walking in slow motion? They just used it that one time, and then that became such a cliche to show people walking in slow motion.
I have to pee.
We'll make it.
After today's incident, this is nothing. I can deal with this.
Yeah, you'll make it. We're not that far. Nice gloves.
Really nice gloves.
That was pretty good style.
Really? Did he have a bandana?
Yeah, bandana around his neck.
Gloves.
Shades.
Really good style. Yeah, I still do like the nakedness, the less gear. I don't know about adapting gloves or knee pads, or it would just be like uncomfortable.
Having less gear on you?
Yeah. It would be harder to stay in the zone. I mean, if you had gloves on, you wouldn't be able to orb. You could, but you wouldn't feel the contact on your fingertips as much.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, that's why they have to be fingerless.
Right. Yeah, you
Your
can't
gloves were fingerless.
Yeah, fingerless gloves would still work. As long as you never want those fingertips to be inaccessible.
Yeah, they have to be exposed
At all times.
For proper orbing.
Yeah.
12:30, a little bit late.
Not a problem.
Drop my shit off. Gas up the car. Drop the car off. Get picked up with all of my shit in another car. Go to a new location.
Thank you very much for dealing with that.
Oh, thanks for dealing with the hotels. It's a trade-off.
It all worked out very well.
Yep. Now, just as long as those cards don't get erased.
Yeah.
First order of business.
And then just let the money just flow in. Just quit our jobs. This is it. Probably like 6 million downloads at least on Zone.
Big Wheels 3 will be $10.
Yeah.
Oh, and now after this trip, being so early on, I think I have the skills. I'm ready to take Big Wheels 3 to new levels.
Yeah, me too.
It would be
I
nice.
I feel way better.
Obviously, I won't be able to film in the next week or so, but in 2 weeks, that first session after.
It's nice we have a lot of time.
Yeah. A lot of time to reflect.
What do you think of that trailer idea? That it had like the 6-second trailer.
Yeah. It's amazing. And Colin and Stu were laughing really hard because I was like, and we put it up on YouTube and Vimeo because people are going to watch it if it's only 6 seconds.
It's true.
It would, and on Instagram it would loop. So the best part about that is you wouldn't have to put the mushroom blading logo at the end because it would just loop back to the start.
It would just say Zone.
Yeah. But the YouTube one would have the logo at the end, right? You said mushroom blading logo, face. Well, 5 faces.
Yeah.
Zone, mushroom blading logo.
Yeah.
And Zone would be over top of either the Sycamoose or Carameus mountains.
I almost feel like for the trailer,
just Zone.
For the trailer, it could just be black screen with white letters, so it's ultra simple.
Yeah.
And then in the actual video, you can have like a title that's a nice, whatever sunset or whatever you're thinking.
And we'll do whatthefont.com on that. Tomorrow's Harvest. The Boards of Canada font.
Do you know what the font is? I can look at it.
No, but you just I think I did it on whatthefont.com.
Okay.
And it got it for me.
Nice.
Where it like scans the image. Do you know
Oh,
that?
nice. No.
Do you use, yeah.
No. That
Jen,
sounds really handy.
Jen, the designer from Mastermind, I use that shit all the time now. I just like, I find something I like, and then you upload the image, and then it scans the letters, and if it can't find it exactly, it'll give you
Similar
things that are close to it.
Wow, that's so handy. Many times I've looked at a font and just like tried to find like a font that's similar.
Yeah, great website name too. Whatthefont.com.
What the font? Nice.
Yeah, whoever came up with that was really smart. What if like you scanned a picture and then it told you